Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Purity Afya Show. Now, you're going to see my guest in a few seconds because we both donned on pink outfits. Since the beginning of October, we've been celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as we come to the end of the celebrations, it's a beautiful moment to speak with, let me say, my age mate, who is a breast cancer champion, and she'll be sharing with us her survivorship journey. And as we celebrate this, are there milestones that we are seeing as a country, as Africa, or what are some of the challenges that survivors are still facing in 2025? So help me welcome her. Her name is 𝗖𝗲. She'll introduce herself more and, of course, tell you why we are both in pink. Yes. Welcome, 𝗖𝗲. Please introduce yourself to our viewers before we get started.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my name is 𝗖𝗲, a breast cancer survivor, mother of one. I love God, I love flowers, and I'm so happy to be here today. Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
So why are we both in pink? Is it a coincidence or this was all planned?
Yeah, it's because we are ending the month of October in style, in pink. As you all know, October is the month where we get to create awareness on issues breast cancer. And today being 31st, we met in this event. It's called Scars to Stars. And we are stars. You know, once you've gone through this thing, you become out as a star. So we are here to just, share information and tell people breast cancer is not a death sentence and it's not the end of your life. I mean, we are here today. 2 years in it, by the grace of God, we are here standing. Yeah.
So let's talk about your experience. You're talking about 2 years in it. Tell us when you were diagnosed with breast cancer. Was it after your baby? Just take us through your journey, 𝗖𝗲.
Okay, so I was diagnosed in 2023. This was just after, a random physical check. By that time, my daughter was 5 years. You know the way you touch yourself and you feel there was a calam? And I remember just going to work and asking my former boss is there something to be serious, because it's something that's not in our family. So I didn't expect that it would be of that magnitude. And this is what we're trying to tell people. It's not that it's in your lineage. It's no longer genetic. Now it even comes to now the younger girls bracket. And that's how I got to know. So when I realized I had a lump, it had started as a discharge on my breast anytime I would have my periods. And I went through the test, and indeed it was confirmed that I had breast cancer. Yes.
How was it like? I mean, I'm sure you're used to hearing stories of breast cancer on older women. You're here at 32 years of age, if I'm not wrong, and then you've received the news. Did you have enough support group? Had you heard much about breast cancer, or how did you receive this news?
To be honest, it was so difficult. I remember getting the news and I felt like my world literally shattered, because 2 years ago in my life, I had not invested myself in really learning more about breast cancer, because usually, you feel it's a far-fetched thing. You just hear from newspapers and radios. You never thought it would hit home. So when it hit me, it came as a shocker, and it really took so much time for me to even understand why this was happening to me. But I'm so grateful. With the help of, doctors, my supportive family, I'm so grateful. We were able to take step by step, and I went through the treatment to enable us to get here. But it wasn't easy. It is one of the hardest things that I've had to go through. And raising a daughter on my own, I think that was also tougher, because now you get to have the fear of uncertainty. Is it now this is what I've become? Is my story ending at 32? But I thank God, because we went through it and here we are today. Yes.
Tell us what stage was it, because there are different stages of cancer. What stage was it, and how has been the treatment journey? Are you now done with your treatment sessions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got diagnosed at stage 3-1. It has just left stage 2. It has just moved. I went through all the treatment that were there. I went through 8 sessions of chemotherapy. I went through a surgery. I lost a breast, by the way. I lost my right breast. So I went through something called mastectomy. I went through radiotherapy, and now I'm on hormonal. I'm on hormonal because the type of the breast cancer that I had was caused by hormones. The hormones were not, let me just say, they were not at par. So I've have to be given hormonal drugs to enable my body to balance its hormones. Yes.
Wow, congratulations for that, and you're so brave. So, what's your message? Because it's more of now awareness, even for the younger people like us, you can still have this, and it doesn't have to be lifestyle because you're saying yours was more of hormonal. What's your message to young girls now?
Yes. My message to young girls and to all ladies listening to me is go out there and get screened. That is number one. Because you see, when you get to know yourself, you're able to make better choices. And there is treatment. Don't let anyone lie to you that when you've been diagnosed, that's the end of life. No, Kenya has made really advances, especially on treatment of breast cancer. Because like for me, I did all my treatment in Kenya. And here I am today. It shows you here in Kenya, we are well equipped to take care of ourselves. So just walk into these hospitals. If you don't know where to start from, just go to a general physician and say, I just want to do the tests that are there. It is very important, especially as young girls, to be aware of ourselves so that we make better decisions for ourselves, for our loved ones, and even for our families. It is very important. And even if there are men listening, it's important, push your lady. It could be your wife, your sister. It could even be your mom. Because, we are still living in a place where there's a lot of stigma that comes with breast cancer. So people even fear talking about it. But I'm here today to tell you, it doesn't matter which stage. It doesn't matter where you are. There is hope. You just need to take the first step of getting to the hospital, getting screened, and being there. And if, for example, you've known someone who's been diagnosed, you can be you or someone else. Let's learn to give support. And support can even mean just your presence. It is very important. Yes.
Last question, Ivy, before I let you go. Did you have enough support system, or have you gone, because you are a young lady, have you gone through any stigma? Do you have your own fears, especially when it comes to interacting with the other gender? Yes. Yeah.
That is the biggest fear, especially when it comes now interacting with the other gender, because there's this thought that comes to your mind always, am I enough? That I went through breast cancer, can I be able to stand and even, compete with other ladies, even, when looking for a spouse? Because now I don't have one breast. Usually you would think this is a problem, but I'm conquering day by day, putting in my mind knowing this is not a challenge. If God has brought me this far, it's because I am hope and I'll get through it. So the fear is there, but you have to really work on yourself, and everything starts with your mind, positivity. When you look at yourself, you're strong. Imagine no one will even notice. For example, if I sit here, can someone tell I've gone through mastectomy? I bet no one. So even for you, don't let the fear that you have inside encroach you. I believe right person will come who will understand even what I'm going through. I'm sure it will happen. But for anyone else who's going it, fears could be many. Maybe you've lost your hair, you've lost your nails, your skin has changed. I went through all that. But look at me, God restored. So whatever situation you're in, trust me, I'm here to tell you and to guarantee you, you will come out of the other side winning, looking better, brighter, and glowing. There is life after breast cancer. Yes.
There is life after breast cancer. Ivy, I love it. I love the energy. And it's good for us to go for screening. And I was interacting with another doctor, and for breast cancer, it's even easy to even do the self-breast examination at home. Touch your breast. Yes. Feel if there is, get used to your breast so that when there is something unusual, you can tell. But some of the things that the doctor highlighted was like what you're saying, some, discharge through the nipple. It could also be like maybe it has changed color. It's a bit pinkish, or even a painless lump. Absolutely. So check out those,
or even how it looks.
Yes.
You can stand in the mirror and you're looking at your, let's call lemons, and one of them kind of looks different. I like the way you're saying, get used to your normal. And it doesn't have to be breast only. It can even be anything inside out. So that if you have any discharge, you feel one of your breasts is slightly bigger, or it looks like an orange, just a small change. It's important we get hold of our bodies so that if there's a change, you capture it at instance. So even when you go to the doctor, you're able to explain, my breasts are usually like this, but this is how it looks. It's important to know ourselves.
All right, thank you. And one tip that the doctor told me was when you're standing before the mirror, of course you don't have clothes on, try to lift both of your hands. If one breast is not going up, then that could be a problem. All right, thank you so much for watching. We are going to have more conversations as we come to the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am 𝗟chị𝘀𝘁. Please remember to subscribe and share with other moms, with the other ladies, with your sisters, with your wives, and even with your friends. See you next time.